Hey everybody, this is David, aka Chessman, and I'm here today. We're going to analyze a game played by Magnus, Carlsen, and Hans Niemann. It was played at the World Rapid and Blitz of 2025, and it was a good game. Or we're going to see if it was a good game. So I got the game from 365chess.com. I downloaded the PGN and I uploaded it into the analysis board and I did game review. We're using chess.com's game review to help us. Basically, I've always wanted to analyze games, like analyze every single move, and so I'm not going to skim over any moves. We're gonna we want to know why each and every move is played. So that's the point. And we're going to try to enjoy the game. So I did game review, and we're going to use game review and our brain. So hopefully it was a good game. I'm looking here. It looks like Magnus got a 96% and Hans got an 89%. And it looks like Magnus played this game like a 3,000 rated opponent, and Hans Niemann played like a 2,600. So it's probably pretty obvious that Magnus won this game. So let's see. The opening accuracy were both 99%. Middle game was a 95 and a 90 for Hans. The end game was 95 for Magnus and an 83 for Hans. So let's see. This was a rapid game. Alright, so it doesn't tell us why e4 is a good move, but I know from experience that it's good because it controls the center squares and it opens a line out so the bishop and the queen can get out. So that's why that's a good move.
E5 is a strong dynamic response.
This basically does the same thing. It controls two squares and it gets the bishop and the queen out, a line to get out.
This immediately develops the knight, threatening black's unprotected e-pawn.
Develops a knight and attacks the center. Immediately attacks the e5 pawn.
Mirroring white's knight and creating a balanced position.
Develops a piece and defends the pawn. Also attacks d4.
Two minor pieces are active and white is ready to castle.
This develops a piece, makes it so white can castle, and it has some control over the center.
Knight f6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended e4 pawn.
Develops a piece and controls these center squares. Attacks the e4 pawn.
d3 protects the e4 pawn and the c4 bishop and allows the dark squared bishop to develop.
So just like it said, it protects the e4 pawn and lets the dark square bishop develop.
Bishop c5 develops the bishop, attacks the f2 pawn and prepares castling.
Like I said, develops a piece, puts pressure on this f2 pawn, and it prepares castling.
Castling kingside gets the king out of dodge and the rook ready to rumble.
So it gets the king to safety, and the rook can come to e1.
Both kings have castled. Now we're ready for the middle game.
Same thing, king is safe now, and this rook can come to e8.
Clever move, giving the king some breathing room. That's what I call creating left.
So it says this is a good move because it gives the king a space to go to h2 if it needs to. I also think it's a good preventative move. It stops the bishop from coming to g4.
That readies the bishop for development. Smart.
Again, so it readies so this bishop can get out. Also adds defense to this e5 pawn.
Textbook keeps things solid.
Keeps things solid. It also, well, the queen can get out this way if it wants, and you might want to push d4 later. So that's what c3 does.
What a move. Textbook stuff right there.
Doesn't tell us why a5 is a good move. I'm not sure either, except that it gains some space. It stops b4. I think it stops it. Maybe it can still be played, but at least you can take it if b4 is played.
Boom, best move right here, right now.
Just develops the rook. It says that's the best move. So, I mean, I want to say I guess the pieces are where they need to be. But I think maybe now you might want to develop this knight, maybe like this, all the way to the g3 square.
Spicy meatball right here, yo.
Says it's a good move. It's not. It says the best move would have been to h6 though. So I think the bishop move is just in case d4 would have been played and the bishop would have had to move anyways. So
White develops the knight and attacks the center.
develops the knight, attacks the center. Knight's probably going to want to go, like I said, to f1 and then either g3 or e3.
What a move.
Doesn't say why it's a good move, but it says the. Let's see what the best move would have been. I think it's saying bishop to e6 is the best move, but let's just check.
Offering an exchange
Yeah.
of pieces? Interesting. Let's see what happens. What a move. Not bad, but not brilliant.
So the pieces are where they need to be pretty much. I mean, you can move them around, but they're okay where they are. That's what this is telling me. Because it says the best move would have been bishop to b3, which doesn't really do much. It helps prevent a4, even though, yeah, it prevents a4. But okay, finishes developing the knight.
Now that's a bishop with some serious range.
Okay,
Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one.
says that's the best move. I'm guessing we're preparing d5, and it gives another spot for the queen to go to. Here or here.
Black's pawn chain is about to feel the heat.
D4 puts another pawn in the center, and yeah, it looks like the intention is to trade pawns. But it says the best move would have been knight to g3. So
Strikes to the center to claim space and gain control. Gotta love it.
says the best move, gains space and gains control of the center.
This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
Let's see what the tactic is. That is a long tactic. Okay.
Threatening to tactically win a rook.
Show the tactic. Okay.
Solid trade. Keeps things even Steven on the board.
Trades the bishop for the knight.
Boom! Black develops and recaptures like a boss.
Just recaptures and develops the queen.
Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. Solid trade. Nothing crazy. Keeps things balanced. Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. This misses out on the chance to recapture a piece from a previous move. This misses out on the chance to recapture a piece from a previous move.
So yeah, the best move would have been pawn takes d5. Okay. So this was a mistake.
Solid trade. Keeps things even Steven on the board. Simple capture.
So white is now up a pawn. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pawns to 5.
This is the best move.
So it finishes developing the knight.
Equal trade. Spicy.
So this develops the bishop and offers a trade.
That threat on the queen is a slick tempo snatching move.
Attacks the queen. Queen's got to move.
Gotta move that queen. White's rook is ready to rumble in the middle game.
Attacks a pawn.
Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. Solid recapture. Developing a new piece. White's not messing around. Getting that queen developed while winning a tempo. Efficiency at its finest.
So attacks the queen. Queen's got to move.
Pretty with some protection.
This defends the pawn and attacks the knight.
Spicy fork incoming. Black might snag a pawn.
Let's see what the fork is. Okay.
By playing this, they let the opponent capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
Let's see the tactic. Okay, so black can just take that pawn and be equal on material again. And he
This is an opportunity to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
misses the opportunity.
Solid trade, nothing crazy. Keeps things balanced. Even Steven trade, nothing crazy here. Whew, that rook is now in a safe zone.
Attacks the queen and the knight.
Even Steven trade, nothing crazy here.
Gets rid of the knight with check.
Recapture that piece.
Takes back.
Phew, that queen is now in a safe zone.
Moves the queen out of dodge.
Dodging danger like a pro.
Lines up the rooks.
Solid trade, nothing crazy. Keeps things balanced.
Takes the pawn. Takes back.
Easy recapture.
Now what to do?
Bullseye.
Puts pressure on the knight, I guess.
Oh yeah, putting that rook on the 7th rank gets it ready to rumble and cuts off the king.
Puts the rook on the 7th rank. And just in case it has some tactics. So let's see if there will be.
Black just went from an equal position to a losing one.
Let's show the follow-up. That makes it losing. Wow. I mean, white's up a pawn. But
Boom! White spotted the mistake and now has a winning advantage.
like why that's winning advantage, I don't really know.
Now there's a looming threat to capture a knight and win material after the follow-up trades.
And let's see the tactic. Right.
Looks like they overlooked the chance to add a defender to a vulnerable knight.
So best move would have been defend the knight with the rook. Rook to d4.
Black is no longer in a losing position. Even Steven trade, nothing crazy here. Simple capture. They failed to notice a chance to offer an equal trade of pieces.
So the best move would have been here.
They failed to notice a chance to offer an equal trade of pieces. This move is an absolute banger.
I say it just brings the king closer to the board, closer to the center, where there might be action.
Not the sharpest move, gotta be honest.
Let's see the follow-up. Okay.
Threatening to tactically win a queen.
Show tactic.
This threatens to tactically win a pawn.
Okay.
Solid trade. Keeps things even Steven on the board. Even Steven trade. Nothing crazy here. Solid move. This overlooks an opportunity to move a rook to safety.
So that would have been better. Okay.
This overlooks an opportunity to move a rook to safety. This misses an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack.
So the best move would have been to rook to d3.
Recapture that piece. That pawn was under attack, but now it's defended. Things are going downhill for black. They are now losing.
I mean, this takes some endgame expertise to know that h5 was the better move.
Boom! Best move. Right here, right now. Solid move. Nothing crazy here. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one.
I mean, it's just bringing the king closer to the pawn, and maybe the king and the pawn can escort itself up the board, while this rook is keeping the king out.
What a move. Textbook stuff right there. This is the best move. Bullseye. Evading that checking rook like a boss.
So again, white's just trying to promote this pawn, and black's trying to stop him.
Spicy meatball right here, yo. What a move. Solid move, nothing crazy. That pass pawn is on a mission. Gotta stop it. Spicy move. Solid move. Solid move, keeps things balanced. This move is an absolute banger. Whew, that pawn is now in a safe zone. Boom, best move, right here, right now. This sets up the threat to win a rook by overloading a defender. This shuts down their attempt to win a rook by overloading a defender.
So this rook is now always attacking the f5 pawn, so the king has to stay here and guard it.
Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Evading that checking rook like a boss. What a move. Textbook stuff right there. Zoom! The king just cleared the path. That pawn is ready to roll. Spicy meatball right here, yo. That passed pawn is sprinting to the finish line. What a move. That path is clear for the pawn. Boom! The king is out of the way. This is the best move. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. Rook behind a passed pawn. That's like dodging danger like a pro. Spicy move. Zoom! The king just cleared the path. That pawn is ready to roll. Bullseye. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. That rook is like a bouncer, stopping that pawn from getting into the VIP area. Gotta move that pawn. Solid move. This move is an absolute banger. Boom, best move, right here, right now. That's a slick escape from the rook's check.
Now the king's gonna go to c6 and then b5, and then the rook will block.
Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Evading that checking rook like a boss.
All right, so Hans Niemann resigned then on move 60, And that's that. So Magnus Carlsen won.
That's the stuff dreams are made of. A winning key, just like that.
That was a pretty good game. Like I said, Magnus played like a 3,000 rated player. So, pretty good game. Magnus got the win. And that's it for today. If you come across any chess games that you think should be analyzed, just let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And I hope you have a great one. Bye.